Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is the nighttime. Today, this is going to be a couple parts, but this is going to talk about a current thing in society today is addiction. And let me tell you this, if you believe that weed is not an addiction, it is. Okay? Nicotine, it is. Okay? And most of the time we use it as a void. Okay, we use it as a coping mechanism to feel our harder emotions in life. Okay, and that's very difficult to process. I know, very difficult to process, and it's a very scary thing and topic to talk about because nobody wants to hear about, oh, I don't have an addiction, I'm fine, because I said the same thing. And then I had a medical problem that caused a lot of issues. And then I realized, and again, I am not a PhD, a doctorate, or anything, but I will tell you, I have felt my eyesight, and I'm going to speak the truth of how I feel. I feel like I can't see far distance anymore. A little bit, just a tiny bit. You can see the difference. Or light is very harsh towards me. And I used to smoke extraneously, okay? And it's not, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I was coping with my void, with the void of feeling all these negative energies and thoughts around me, and I just wanted to smoke. I smoked my life away. I was in a very dark spot in my life, so I just took smoking. I picked up smoking, and it was pretty brutal. Every time I would have an issue in life, I saw myself going to that void. Anytime that a negative thing that happened towards me where I felt like my soul, I don't know, I felt like I was very misunderstood in life and everybody very much attacked me on what I was doing. Puts down the spirit, puts down the soul, you know. Do you like my room? I did it myself. I'm in my robe because I have to go take a shower because I got an 8 a.m. tomorrow. But I want to talk about this. I'm sorry, I'm going off topic. Back to what I was saying. Yes, avoid is a very much reoccurring thing that needs to be talked about. And you need to be needing to see that it's an issue. I did not see it. Trust me, for a long time, I did not see it. Or I was trying to make excuses for myself, you know? And it was not good, you know? And I'm gonna tell you, people in college, and I'm looking at you, you smoke when you are finished with your schoolwork. Tell me I'm wrong. That's not an accomplishment. I'm kidding. It is an accomplishment. But at least do it less. You know, you don't have to do it all the time. Okay? Let me redirect what I was trying to say. Most people, like I started to do with addiction, is use it as thinking that it was an accomplishment. So it was my reward. But then it started to turn into everything was a reward to me. Okay? Are we getting the pattern here? Everything was a reward to me. Everything was, oh, I did this, smoke. Oh, I did this, smoke. Oh, let's go on smoke break. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Da, da, da. Truly, it was not healthy for me. And I saw myself still confused and stuck in life, even though I was doing everything right. And I really had to take it to the addiction too that caused me to feel like this too. I used it to suppress my emotions and also make excuses that it was an accomplishment when it really wasn't. I should have just done just to do it. And addiction is so hard to overcome. Okay? Not like an easy fix. It's not like, okay. Some people could go cold turkey. Kudos to you. That's great. That wasn't me. It took me even realizing I had to really self-reflect and actually bring it to the surface of what was going on towards me. I had to know that I was using it as an excuse as my accomplishments. Giving myself a reward. I was using that as an excuse when it shouldn't have. I'm not saying everybody's perfect. I'm not saying that you should just completely quit smoking completely because, well, we know it's bad for you. It's not that bad for you. Sorry, parents, but it's really not as worse as alcohol, which really attacks your liver, your kidneys, and things like that. But it's not good for your body still. I'm gonna tell you this, my face has cleared up way more than when I started using less. When I stopped smoking more, less of it, I saw my face clear up a lot. And I realized that it was because of me smoking. And if you know like the areas of where you break out and why, and let me tell you this about acne. The things that happen on your face and like parts of your face is connected to what is hurting your body, what is not balanced in your body, what you're using too much of, or putting unhealthy things in your body, which shows up into your face. Truly, it's the truth to that. And it was the places that it was happening was connected to my lungs. And what was I doing? I was addicted to nicotine and weed. Okay, which I was going through a hard time in life, and I still am. Everybody still has rough moments and rough patches in life. It's the way of life. But I felt like, honestly, truly saying this, when I was smoking, I felt like I felt like I was making it better because I was smoking the pain away. But the next day, I did not feel better. I felt even worse. I did not really analyze, like really connect what was really going on with me. I was just honestly pushing it aside deeper and deeper into my head so I wouldn't have to feel the emotions. Okay? Nobody wants to feel emotions. For me, I grew up um hard topic, but like I was not a person to cry that much. I was somebody who didn't show that much emotions and allowed was very emotional. I was a very emotional person. Come on. We all are emotional. Then it doesn't matter um men or women. We are all emotional beings. We're all one. You understand? We're all equal in our brains. We don't all think the same, but we all have the same pathways and things like that. And addiction is the same way. We all go through things that we feel to use as a void, or we feel like it's an accomplishment to do and smoke and da da da, or use it to go to sleep. Because sometimes I would be like, I'm just smoking to just go to sleep. Melatonin helps too. It does a little bit. Melatonin helps. Just a little side rail there. It does help sometimes because you know what? You could get immunity towards it, and that means that when you're using it so much, it stops to stop working too. So I get that part, which I'm not saying, hey, quit weed to go and yeah, that's my melatonin right there. No, okay. But that is my melatonin right there. But what I'm getting at is that we should not use in this world a drug to make us forget our pain, because pain does not go away until we face it and learn from it. Truly. Why do you want to be smoking your pain away? Mind you, you're wasting your weed because you're not happy with the high. You're just really just completely going numb, because that's how I felt. I was smoking till I was numb. I was numb to all the pain. Okay? And it did not make me even feel better. Honestly, it made me release my emotions. Like I was starting to like really feel them like heightened on a level. Sometimes when I got really high, I would start to bawl out cry because I didn't know how to fix myself. But I was still doing the same actions. You know what I mean? Like I was still smoking, but I wasn't fixing it. I was just numbing it, and and it just made me like burst out crying. I couldn't understand why. I'm like, and I thought, you know what? At that moment, I'm like, okay, well at least I'm getting it out. I'm feeling my emotions, but I was feeling it in the wrong way. All right, it's the truth on it. I was really feeling my emotions in the wrong way. I was numbing my pain and then crying it out. It was like a cry for help, but I was never fixing it. The next day, I was still feeling even more depressed and more stuck and stagnant because I just wanted to keep smoking my life away. And I know that's just a saying, but it's so true to it. You could really smoke your life away. And I wish, like, someone has did that to me and told me sooner. Well, no, let me not say that no one told me, because they did. They did. I just chose not to listen because who listens to parents? Who listens to parents? Because we think we know it all and we know the whole world, which we do know. I do believe we do know more, some things more than our parents do, and that's way of life, you know? Sometimes we do know more than our parents, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes they actually know things that because they've been on this earth longer than us. Just to let you know, they've been through the trials that we are going through. And I'm going to say about smoking or alcohol, because smoking is not only the one addiction, it's alcohol too. Alcohol, I understand people like to drink, and even in college or even just in general with just daily life, people think it's okay to just, oh, let me take a glass of wine, wind down, or like drink, wind down, da da da. Okay, you're doing that every single day. Well, I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but why are you doing it? What is the need for it, you know? You're doing it every single day. When an occasion or like the weekend comes, you're doing it again. So honestly, you're not being excited for anything. You're just still drinking every day. It's just a normal thing for you. It's an everyday routine for you to drink or smoke. Okay? Which is not. Okay? It's not okay to wake up in the morning. Oh, let me go have a tea break, smoke, go to go to work, go to school, da da da, go through my daily life. Because now you're just living in the motions of life and not figuring anything out for yourself. Okay? Not figuring nothing out, where you want to go, what you want for your future, how things will lie in your future, planning out your future, anything like that. If you're just going through your daily day life and motions and masking that pain with an addiction. Truly. I talk about smoking because that's my experience with addiction. You could take this into any aspect of addiction that you're going through. Okay? It's truth to it. We all do the same thing. Sometimes if you're on higher like drugs, it's very you're it's even more addicting. Okay? It's even harder to get off. And I get it. I truly understand you're masking your emotions. You do not want to feel the pain, the emotions that life brings and for comes into your life, into your reality. But it's truth. You need to accept that life is supposed to be trials and errors and learning from it. Okay? We use the alcohol, use the drugs, the narcotics as something. Well, don't be using narcotics. You need to actually really go to the 12-step program and get some help. And that's not judging anybody. I'm saying really because that's scary to be on, okay? Scary. And it will mess up your life. Alcohol and weed will do the same thing. It's still a drug. Those higher narcotics, pills, things like that, it is messing with your brain. Truly. And doing with it that you cannot fix. Some things that you are unreversible. And I will say that. It's known. You can look it up. It redirects your brain in a different way. How are you trying to get things for yourself, plan a future for yourself, have things that you want into your reality if you're literally going through day to day life smoking it away? Think. Okay? And this is, you know what? Let me talk about this. We could see celebrities, right? All they do is promote alcohol, promote weed, sometimes other narcotics for party fun, da da da. But truly, they're masking their feelings and their emotions. They're really masking their how they feel because they want to fill that void that they're trying to find, trying to fill that void that they're missing in their life. Instead of really just sitting and thinking about it and analyzing it and learning from it and wanting to realize why it's happening, you know? And I don't say like, oh, these people messed up because they're promoting it. No, let them do whatever the hell they want. That's their life. But you don't have to choose to be like that, you know? It's promoted in this world. It's promoted through what we watch, YouTube videos, music videos, all things like that. But you don't have to do that, you know? Is that making their lives better? Yes, they might have all the money and fruition in the world and they look happy and they got everything going for them, so it feels like it's a fix for them. It's what they need to do, but truly, in the end of the day, they're all just hiding through a mask and they're just very much filling a void that they cannot figure out through themselves. Because now they have everything and they're still stuck in that void. Why? Because they never got over the addiction. They never truly got over it. And sometimes you see celebrities go to that void. They go to that void. They feel like they get to a point in their lives and they feel it. They have to go. Let me redirect this. Everybody in life goes through hardship, okay? And we all use a void or try to use a void to mask it, right? And what they're doing in their lives is masking that void of life, because life hits everybody equally. Celebrities, millionaires, billionaires, non-millionaires, everybody. Everybody is equal on this earth. On this planet, everybody is equal. Everybody feels emotions the same way. Everybody deals with emotions the same way. And addiction is always coming into so many people's lives. We see it all the time. They're really much showing us that they're going through something. Truly, they're showing us. And we think it's okay because we see it around us. We're influenced by what we are shown in our reality, okay? Which, understandable. Not understandable, but is that the life you want to live? They have everything that they're on a different life than you, okay? They're going through life differently than you. They have what they're going through separate from what you're going through, right? What they're promoting out there, that's up to them. Truly, that's up to them. But honestly, if you really sit down and talk to every one of them, they're going to say the same thing. I'm trying to mask my emotions. I don't want to feel this emotion. I don't want to feel that negative cloud. But instead, they don't realize, and same to you, we all don't realize it's still causing, you're still masking, still in that negative energy. You're still in that negative void. You are still in it. Truly, you're in it. Okay? And you will never be able to overcome it until you do it yourself. Until you analyze what's going on with you and why you're feeling these emotions, why life is getting so hard. Because when life gets hard, it's a learning lesson for us to learn. Okay? It might be weeks and weeks, years. My darkest moment was like almost 3 years old. Okay? So I understand it. 3 years, probably even longer. I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're going back to high school, probably even longer. Alright? And this is not an easy fix. I'm not saying to you right now, hey, quit all the weed. Get off it completely. It's so bad for you. Bye. Let it go. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying have a realization for yourself why you're using it and redirect it to fixing it and finding a positive outcome to fixing what you're going through in life, because life gets hard for everybody, but if we choose to go to a void, it will make it even harder in your life to understand, to the point where you're going through so much that it causes more of a depression on you, and it causes that negative cloud to be so known to you. Okay? And it is not, what I say is that you don't need to go through it. Sometimes I say, like, choose times to smoke, choose times to drink on occasions, on the weekends. Choose if you like to smoke with your friends. Do it not so often, but lessen it. And I get it. Your environment shapes who you are, because my whole environment, friends, family, everybody around me did the same thing. So I succumbed to that. I did the same thing as with them. And I let my life pass me up. And I did not understand what the hell Sorry, but what the hell am I supposed to do in this life? What am I? What do I want to accomplish? I saw what I wanted for myself, but I was like, I could see it, but I was here. Okay, this is how far I need to go. I'm all the way at the bottom, and every single day, I was not moving closer to my thing. This is how it is. It's up here. This is my everyday life. Me going like this, I could see the future, and let me tell you, opportunities will pass you if you keep acting in this negative cloud of yourself and staying in this negative frequency of yourself. Okay, so if life is going like this, see if an opportunity is there, because I had opportunities to get me out of places that I did not want to be in, okay? And because I could not see it, I was in that negative cloud, stuck in my emotions, smoking every day, not knowing what to do next. Just passed me right up. So what I wanted was here, and me just walking right past it because I could not see it. Because I was so clouded with my own judgment and my own emotions that I was not analyzing my life to realize it. That I could get through things and get through tough times by sitting on it, talking to somebody, talking to a family member, friends, anybody, a therapist, anybody that helps you, you could do instead of using avoid. I'm not saying you have to quit it completely, because you know what? Your environment shapes truly how you perceive life. I do believe that. Could you choose to quit completely and know it's not good for you and see higher? Yes. That's beautiful of life. That is the most beautiful thing you could do for yourself, and choose better and become a better person and change. But it's not, I'm not telling you it's easy. I was shaped in an environment that did it all around me, and I still am. I choose not to drink, and that's something for myself. I don't choose to drink at all. I might take a drink maybe on an occasion, special occasion. I don't even drink anymore in general because I just don't want to for myself. But I used to take some drinks to have when used to throw my parties, used to have a couple drinks, and it used to be fine. But I didn't drink every day. I drunk on occasions. I drink on occasions, on a party, things like that. And that is a blessed feeling to feel, you know? Yeah, everybody's allowed to feel that type of, that high, that little different emotion we all know. It's okay in life. It's not the end of the world. I'm not saying that. But, and I'm not judging anybody who does it, because trust me, I can't judge somebody who did it themselves just with weed. Okay? I'm not judging everybody, because addiction is an addiction at the end of the day. It's no different. Just because I'm using a different type of word doesn't mean it's a difference. Still having the same effects on me, same as it would for you. And that's why I talk upon it. Okay? Sorry. I know we are shaped by what we see online, what people do, and things like that. We think it's okay, which it's really not. Deep down in our subconscious minds, we know better. You know, sometimes we use this as peer pressure, or literally some people peer pressure you to do it, or you feel like you want to act like it's you were cool and things like that, so you did it, and it was like, oh my god, it's so much fun. When in reality, come on, is an addiction really fun? Is it? It's not something to joke about. It's not fun. It's really not. When you really get into, because when you start using that as every single day, you're gonna succumb when your life gets a little hard or a little rough patched. You will use that void. Trust me. And I'm not saying trying to wish that on you or things like that. It's just true facts. Everybody done it in life. We all do it in life. And addiction is very hard. And that's not even talking about nicotine. Let me tell you this. Get off of it, because you understand this generation is the first fucking generation. I'm sorry for cursing. Is the first generation to be test dummies for it. Okay? So we don't even know what's going to happen to our future. You see what happened to cigarettes? People who smoke cigarettes, think about it. Think for the future. Because it's around the corner, guys. It really is. We've seen it all on the news and TV and things like that, of people getting really much affected by nicotine. Okay? That is not an easy fix either. But let me tell you those steps that I've taken for myself. And I'm not saying it's a linear path. Okay? I'm gonna go honestly, I think I'm gonna cut this part out and talk about nicotine because I'm gonna talk about every addiction separately with each other because I've seen all addictions through people, through myself, and through how I accomplished it. Okay? So we'll work towards that in another video, another part. This is just a general of talking about addiction, okay? We are shaped by our surroundings. We are shaped by our environment. We are shaped by what we see online because this is the new generation that sees many, many things in our brains through a screen, okay? So we are comprehending a lot of information and seeing a lot of things through a screen, through TikTok, through Instagram, through this, any type of thing you use, okay? Goodness knees. Good morning. All right. But yes, this is in general talking about addiction. Don't use it as an everyday basis. Life gets hard. Life gets stressful. You know, sometimes take a little tiny, like say if you're having like a little hard day at work, you don't need to finish that whole blunt. You don't need to finish 2 joints. You don't have to finish 3 blunts. I'm going back and forth, right? But you don't have to. Take a little bit. Take a little tiny hit. Take this small micro doses of it. And I'm telling you, micro dosing of it. Don't have to take so much of it. Alright? Say if you're drinking, take a little sip if you want. Like, if it helps you with your anxiety, because trust me, I believe weed, alcohol, and any drug heightens your anxiety. That's what happened to me, and I've seen it. But I'm not gonna say I'm a PhD master, and all this doctorates. This is just my experience, all right? And you could connect it, or you could just pretend like it's not there, like I did. Either or. You could do either or. You could choose to change a little, just a slight bit, and you'll see yourself realize it, and soon you will come to putting boundaries for yourself with it. Honestly, putting up those boundaries for yourself not to smoke that much and actually feel your emotions. You'll see how life actually looks happier. When you smoke, you actually feel it, and you feel the effects of the good, happy high of it, or the happy drinking vibe of it. You will. Narcotics, I will have to say, if you are on it, please get some help. Because I've seen many, many cases and stories around me of people who've lost their lives, who've completely changed as a person, who've gotten so to the point when you look at them, you can't even see them. You don't even see if they're a person anymore. You don't even see their soul. It doesn't even look like it's there. Really, look at people that are on narcotics. Does it look like they are the same person as they was when they were not on it? It's not. Right? And it all comes down to us not trying to feel our emotions, which we can. We all have the capabilities of it. We choose to stay stuck. That was a big thing that kept me stuck in my life. Choose to change a little. I'm not saying you need to change for completely, because you don't. It's not easy, and it's not a bad thing to want to do what you want to do. It's not a bad thing to drink. It's not a bad thing to smoke. Everybody does it. It's part of life. It's legal. Well, for me it is. In Jersey, it is legal to do it. So, well, smoking, I would say, drinking is legal, but we could choose to not use it as a negative aspect in life. It is negative, but it is not the end of the world to take a hit of weed. I'm saying weed because I'm not talking about narcotics, because I'm serious. If anybody's on there, I really feel for you, and you truly should choose to get some help. Choose to look at yourself, and this is what I'm going to say. Look at yourself from before, and this is for everybody who's even going through addiction. Look at yourself before. Did you look like how you are now? Because that's what opened my eyes. Truly, it opened out my eyes. When I did not smoke that much, I looked good. Like my face was clear. I felt confident in myself. But when I was smoking every single day, I was breaking out so bad. I'm gonna say my eyes were getting a little dark. And I was like, what? Girl, I'm only 20. Aging still back. I am not aging. I'll cry. Okay? You'll see the difference of yourself. It is not. Addiction ages you faster, and I have noticed that. But you could redirect that. You're aging. Trust me. And I've seen it in myself. You definitely could redirect the effects that you've done to yourself. Sometimes, I would say, you know? Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just cannot fix it. It causes medical issues that you don't even know could succumb to what you're doing, you know? But do, I'm gonna leave this one off here because this is just the general one and just getting an understanding of it. Okay? I do have an 8 a.m. class tomorrow. It is true. Aging is. Does anybody want to age? No. So don't age yourself as much as possible. Choose a positive thing. Go to the gym. That helped me too. Gymming. But I will talk more positive aspects that you can do instead of using using drugs as a way to cope with your emotions. But that's gonna be in the next part. It's a general reading. I love all. Okay. I hope everybody gets through these things. It's hard. Life gets so difficult. So difficult. Trust me. We all are still going through it. It's hard. Life hits. But we could still get back up from it and choose a future for ourselves and not accepting where we're at. Because we could change our future. Truly. If I'm not somebody who is the prime example, trust me, if you've known me in my life, prime example of it, I don't know what it is, but I know you guys have not seen me throughout my life. And that's why I talk about it as much as I possibly can, so you guys could get an understanding of how much it is a possibility to change life. I'm not saying to completely stop smoking, stop doing all that, but choose when to do it. Have moments. We can all feel like you did an accomplishment. Do it when you celebrate, things like that. Celebrate something. Or if you want to relax for yourself, have a blunt, joint, drink for yourself. It's okay to. But choose not to do it all the time. Don't use it as a void. Choose yourself to realize you have a future that you want. You have a dream that you want to come into reality for yourself. But it is time to step up and be on that higher frequency and not on that negative frequency that's down here. You think you're going to reach your desires when you're down in the dirt? No, you're not. You're going to reach it when you're aligning at the same frequency of where you want, what you want for yourself. And that's a higher frequency than you thinking of the lower one. Because that's when your opportunities won't be missed. Truly. I'm just going to leave it at that. I love all. See you in the next couple parts of this. I love you.